When's the last time you had a girlfriend?
High school. So I'm 29 now. It's been 12 years. I'm not going to date anyone unless I know that I'm going to marry them, and I'm a very sure man when it comes to that. I've been on dates, of course. I've dated women, and I could tell usually first date, if I'm being honest. I would like to say third or fourth, but it's the first date. I know if she's the one or not. I don't want to be a guy who's unclear. Like if I'm dating someone for a year and I'm saying, give me another year and I got to get my money right. Like I can't even take myself serious. Like how do you not know, bro? Every woman should want a man that knows what they want. That's the sign of a good leader. If you don't know, if it's been 2 or 3 years, like what are you doing? Why would you want to be with someone? Why are we trying to force a shoe that doesn't fit? So for me, when I find my lady, like when I find my girl, I'm gonna propose on day 365.
The best thing you can do for the whole world is to make the most of yourself. Not to make the most of other people, not to make the most of all the systems, not to make the most of your political party. Yourself. You have to improve, and all of a sudden, the conditions. It's not the other way around. If you work on the conditions, what do you control?
Yeah, that's a serenity prayer in action.
The right way to work is like a lion. As a modern knowledge worker athlete, as an intellectual athlete, you want to function like an athlete, which means you train hard, then you sprint, then you rest, then you reassess, you get your feedback loop, then you train some more, then you sprint again, then you rest, then you reassess. This idea that you're going to have linear output just by cranking every day at the same amount of time, that's machines. You know, machines should be working 9 to 5. Humans are not meant to work 9 to 5.
I wasted my life hanging out with a bunch of guys just like you, and they all go away at a certain point. Anyway, I'm turning 25 around this time. So I'm having my own little, okay, well, what have I done with my life so far? So far, fucking nothing. So I'm having my own little anxiety hitting 25, but I'm seeing what it's like 5 years from now. When you turn 30.
A window to the future.
When you're turn 30 and you're in this situation. And there was like one night that I had what I used to call, I would do it every once in a while. I haven't done it in a long time. Thank you. I would have a Quentin to Test Fest where I'd stay up all night long, and rather than give myself excuses, I would look at everything that I'm fucking up in my life or everything I'm not doing or whatever, and just not give myself any fucking excuses out. Just like nail it. And I would spend like all night laying out everything I'm doing that's wrong. And then I would spend the last 2 hours figuring out how I can change it. And as opposed to just doing it and then going to get some sleep and then you forget about it and fall back into your routine, I decided to change my life.
Yeah. What do you want to do with your life? I guess that's my question. What do you want to do with your life? Because you got one life. I spent a good chunk of my 30s training MMA fighters. In the beginning, when a potential fighter would come in and they'd be 22 years old, and I'd say, hey, how old are you? And they'd say, I'm 22, and they'd say, I want to fight. There's a fight card coming up. I want to be on it. And I was like, I'd tell them, listen, you got plenty of time. Like, get better, train, up your skills. And I said that for probably 3 or 4 years. And then after 3 or 4 years, when guys would come in, I would start telling them the opposite, which is you need to get on it. You need to be in here every day. That you're late. Because I realized I saw a lot of people that didn't have any sense of urgency in their life. And when you don't have a sense of urgency, things aren't going to happen. You need to make things happen, as we already discussed. They're not just going to happen for you. You are not going to become a good fighter unless you make it happen. And you're not going to do anything in life unless you make it happen. So if you feel like right now you're looking around and you're lost or directionless, I would take about 15 minutes and figure out what the hell you want to do with your life, and I would start getting after it. You can't have an easy life with great character.
Show me a trust fund kid that inherited a bunch of money, and I'll show you someone mentally tortured. Having stuff isn't fun. Getting stuff is fun, right? It's not the pursuit of happiness. It's the happiness of the pursuit, right? It's that thing, and it's not like, the self-help, it's not the journey, it's the destination. It's not either the journey or the destination. It's who you become on the journey.
Look at the car he's driving, look at the watch he's wearing, look at the girl he's with. That's unattainable to many people, so it seems like it's valuable. But then you attained it, and then you realized, oh, this isn't valuable, this is just difficult to get. And there's a difference, there's a big difference. What's valuable is something that fulfills you intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, and lovingly. Most smart people realize that there is value in stepping outside of their comfort, that on the other side of discomfort is something valuable. We're told that worthwhile things are difficult to attain, because if they weren't difficult to attain, they wouldn't be worthwhile. This is how non-valuable but difficult things get slipped into our desires without us noticing. Attaining something worthwhile is often going to be difficult, but just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's worthwhile.
There's a road to every place on this earth. From this city, you can become anything that is available on this earth. And it's like the pathway it's your mind. It's like, you absolutely have to educate your mind, and the recognition that the only limits are your thoughts. If you think you're in a f***ed up situation and you'll never get out, you're gonna make that true.